morning and howdy, everyone. Hey, today your scripture of peace is coming from the book of Psalms, chapter 122. That chapter only has 9 verses. Every one of them is good, so you're going to get it all. And I am videotaping today from inside my camper. I'm sitting on the couch in the living room. The kitchen is to my left, and it's got a very nice kitchen, and I like to cook. And I got some cooking to do today and some home canning to do today. To the right is the bedroom, and this couch I'm sitting on folds out into a bed for two adults or 3 or 4 children, I guess. The bedroom has 2 twin beds with the aisle walking down the middle from the living room to the bathroom. It has a big, nice bathroom. I really like the layout of this camper. I've had 5 campers. This is the nicest one. It is very nice. It has a big bathtub with the shower up above, up at the top, and a regular full-size toilet and a decent sized sink. It has a big medicine cabinet or storage cabinet, plus a clothes closet, and the storage beneath the sink, and 3 or 4 drawers underneath the clothes where you hang up clothes and so forth. And it has a back door, and I'm sitting facing the front door. The kitchen is to the left the kitchen table is to the left between the front door and the countertop. It's got a L-shaped countertop. I'm sitting right next door, right to the fridge. The fridge is right on the other side of that brown wood wall right there. But anyway, here I go chasing rabbits again. Let me read Psalm 122, your verses of peace today. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of the Lord. And y'all be careful, because a lot of places who proclaim to be houses of the Lord today are houses of Satan. Satan has moved into just about every church and is pretending to be a holy Christian church, and most of them are not anymore, at least the ones around here. So be careful. You got to know the Word. You got to study the Word. You got to rightly divide the Word, so that you will not be led astray by Satan. He's very strong now. All right, let me start over. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of the Lord. Our feet shall stand within thy gates, O Jerusalem. Jerusalem is builded as a city that is compact together, whither the tribes go up, the tribes and the Lord, unto the testimony of Israel, to give thanks unto the name of the Lord. For there are set thrones of judgment, the thrones of the house of David. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They shall prosper that love thee. And that is a commandment often in the Bible, that we pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Peace be within thy walls, prosperity within thy palaces. For my brethren and companions' sakes, I will now say, peace be with thee, because the house of the Lord our God, I will seek thy good. Bam. That is Psalm 122. And God has given me more stuff. I have got to go do something that I did for years, but I haven't done in a while, and that is some prison and jail ministry. I told you all about the assault out here that happened on Wednesday. The other person called the sheriff's department. It wasn't me. I was the one that got assaulted. I can't see it now, but I got cut right up on top of the head when I got hit by something. I got a hard head. I was okay, but it bled like crazy. I didn't call the police. The other person did. The other person is mentally unstable, and I knew that. I didn't want them arrested. I pled with the cops to not arrest her, but they did. The other person is my ex wife that has lived in Houston for 3+ years, ever since Hurricane Harvey. I feel sorry for her. I got her mental health back in 2012 and 2013, and I thought she was doing good and getting better, and then it got a whole lot worse around 15, 16, 17 was horrible. In 2017, she called the cops out here 4 or 5 times, and 3 or 4 of those times they took her away. The mental health division of the sheriff's department took her away, usually for 3 days, and one time they took her to a mental hospital in Houston, and I don't remember how long she was there, but she escaped, and that's when I never saw her again for over a year. I didn't know where she was or what she was doing, or if she was dead or if she was alive. And then I don't remember, maybe a year and a half later, I heard from her, and she wanted to see me, so I went up there and we talked. And then a little bit later after that, she would come home on weekends. She got a job up there and had a very nice place to live, and but she wanted to come home on weekends, so about 1 or 2 weekends a month she'd come back down here, and everything was good then. It wasn't good this time, and it wasn't a weekend. She has quit her job, which I think was foolish, but anyway, there's an argument. She swung at me, but I am not sure if it was done intentionally or not. But anyway, she cut my head, and she called the cops, telling them that I assaulted her, which is what she called the cops for every time before. And every time before, they would always come. Usually a male deputy would arrive first, and then later a female deputy. Female deputy would take her to a back room, examine her, and find no bruises, no scratches, no cuts, no nothing, and go on their merry way. Not the last time, but I think the second to the last time, one of the deputies told her that if she didn't stop making false reports, that they were going to arrest her for that. And then she did it again, and that's when they took her to the mental hospital in Houston. Well, this time they arrested her. And I really feel sorry for her, because she really does have some serious mental issues. Uh, but she thinks she doesn't. After the flood, after she went to the hospital in Houston, she had told me she had jewelry hidden all in her dresser. She had a big triple big dresser that only she used. I had an upright chest of drawers that I used. I never went in her dresser. I never knew where anything was in her dresser. She told me to go through all the drawers in that dresser and look for her jewelry, that she had jewelry hidden in all the different drawers underneath the t-shirts and shorts and underwear and so forth. And I went in there, and this was right after the flood. The drawers were all swollen shut because of the flood, and so I had someone pry the front off of all of the drawers, and I went through each one and pulled everything out, went through all the clothes, and picked up all the jewelry that was in there and gave to her next time I saw her. The bottom left-hand drawer of that dresser, all the way back at the back of that drawer, was 21 bottles of psychotropic medication that I had bought for her back in 2012, 2013, when she was seeing a psychiatrist. Only 3 of them had been opened. The other 18 had not been opened. They were still sealed. I trusted her to take her medicine. I thought she was taking them, and I couldn't understand why she wasn't getting better. Now I know why. So she needs help. She needs prayer. And I don't know the condition of anybody's soul except my own, but I think she needs Jesus too. Y'all please pray for her. I do still love her. Once I love somebody, I love them forever. The love I have for her now is a different kind of love than I had when we were newlyweds and married, but it's just different now. But I do still love her, and I do care for her, and I do want her to have help, and I pray that she gets the help. They're talking about now. I talked to the sergeant at the sheriff's department who is over the mental health division at the sheriff's department, and they've already had some kind of issue with her out there and had to call the mental health department in, to help her or do, I don't know what they did, but anyway, they've already had to call for help from the mental health division or department or whatever. And now they're talking about moving her to a mental health hospital in Austin, Texas, which is further away than where I went on the day she got arrested. I was just about to back out of the driveway that day to go up in the San Antonio area that I gave y'all videos of where I was at Wednesday and Thursday when the sheriff's department pulled up. And of course, that detained me or stopped me from leaving for a couple hours while they did their investigation and all. But they finally arrested her and let me go. And that's why Odie boy went with me, because she was not going to be here to sit with them like what was the plan. That was the reason she was here. So Odie boy went with me, and he and I had a good time. But y'all, I really, my heart hurts bad for her. I'm going to go to the jail today and see if I can visit her. I don't know if they will let me or not. And if they do let me, I don't know what their visiting hours are. I've been out there many times, but the coronavirus has changed it. At first, visitation was cut off totally. I know visitation is allowed now, but I don't know the days or the hours. And it's impossible to, you call the sheriff's office and they don't know. They transfer you to the jail, and when that picks up, it's a recording that tells you to go to a website. Well, that website doesn't open. It keeps saying user error or something like that. And I tried several times, and I walked all over this property trying, because my internet out here is not the best, and I thought maybe it just wasn't opening because I had a weak signal, but it won't open anywhere. So I think it's a problem with that website. So I'm just going to drive out there, and it's like 40 or 45-minute drive one way, but I feel like I got to do it. She may not come to the visitor window to see me. I don't know, but I'm praying that we can talk. I want her to know I'm not mad at her. I want her to know I did not file charges on her, and I've got proof. The deputy that's out here filled out a paper and had me sign it saying that I did not want to file charges. So I got proof that I did not file charges. They did it all on their own. They thought it would help her to be alone by herself so she could think about everything that she's been doing and saying. And I have been praying diligently for her the whole time she's been incarcerated. I pray it will wake her up. But what I think, knowing her the way I know her, it's going to make her 100 times madder than she already was. And she was always angry. She is from Ukraine. She speaks Russian and Ukrainian and English and Polish. She has 2 degrees. She's a very smart woman, but she's a very messed up woman. She has been diagnosed with 3 mental problems, and I think she's got a 4th now. She has every symptom of a 4th one, but she's not been diagnosed with it. But she will be laying in bed asleep, and I'll be sitting right here on the couch, and she'll start screaming in Russian, just screaming in Russian, and come into the living room mad at me for something, and I don't know what, because she's talking in Russian. And usually she'll calm down and go back to bed or go outside or go do something, but that's not happening anymore. She'll go outside and start screaming at the neighbors. If the neighbors are out in the yard, or if she hears somebody talking anywhere outside, she'll start screaming at them in Russian for No reason. They didn't do anything. They got a right to be outside. They got a right to talk. But she doesn't like it. If she hears a voice anywhere, she starts screaming and rushing. But when she'd be asleep and wake up screaming, I was not talking. If I had a call to make or if I received a call, I would go outside because I knew if she heard my voice, she would start screaming. So it's crazy, y'all. Just pray for her. Please pray for her and pray for me as I go out to the uh, sheriff's department's jail today and hopefully get to talk to her. I don't know if it'll do any good, but I've been praying for several days for this trip, and I pray that God will touch her and soften her heart and just give her peace so that we can talk. It's all in God's hand, and everything happens according to God's plan for His purpose, and I just don't know what His purpose is. But whatever it is, I'll go along with it. I don't want her back. I do not want her back. I have had peace that I haven't had in a long time since she's been gone. When she first left, it tore me apart. I was upset for a long time. I was scared for her. I knew the last place I knew she was the hospital in Houston, and then she disappeared. Houston is not a safe place to live. She has never lived on her own. She didn't know Houston. She doesn't know how to do banking. She doesn't know how to pay bills. She doesn't know how to do anything. She does not have a driver's license, and I was scared for her. But she survived, and she did pretty good, But anyway, y'all pray for her, pray for me, and I gotta shave and get dressed and get gone. Talk to y'all later.